A very pleasant morning, children. I, Tanima Seth, your English teacher, really hope you all are fine and doing well. Children, in today's session, we learn about different kind of pronouns, rules regarding their usage, and we'll also discover some new facts about them. Children, just read or go through these examples. The teacher is in the class and he is teaching science. The boys are drinking orange juice. They like it. So, in these sentences or in these examples, you will find that he is used for the noun teacher in the first sentence. They for the noun boys. It for the noun juice in the second sentence. These words that have been used in place of the nouns are known as pronoun. A pronoun means for a noun. Therefore, a pronoun is a word which is used instead of a noun. Now the question comes that why do we use pronouns instead of nouns? See, children, if the same sentences were said as the teacher is in the class and the teacher is teaching science, or the boys are drinking orange juice, the boys like orange juice. Now you can find out the difference. The group of sentences that have been written over here after it has been replaced, nouns being replaced by the pronoun, appeals better. It is easier and nicer to use the pronouns he instead of the teacher, they instead of the boys again, and it instead of the orange juice, than to repeat the noun, the teacher, boys, and orange juice again or every time. Sometimes such repetitions become irritating. Therefore, to avoid this repetition, we use pronouns instead of nouns. Pronouns, as we have learned, they are used to avoid the repetition of nouns. Like nouns, they also have number, gender, and case. They also have kinds. There are 8 to 9 kinds of pronouns. Personal pronouns, second compound personal pronouns that will include reflexive and emphatic pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, interrogative pronouns, distributive pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, relative pronouns, and possessive pronouns. A pronoun must be of the same number and gender as its noun, and it should not be used unless its noun has been used first. Coming first to personal pronouns. I, we, you, he, she, it, and they are called personal pronouns. Why? Because they stand for the 3 persons, that are first person, second person, and third person. First person refers to the person who is actually speaking. The pronouns which refer to the person or persons is speaking are of the first person, like I, we, me, us. The pronouns which refer to the person or persons is spoken to are of the second person, as you, yours. And the pronouns which refer to the persons or things is spoken of are of the third person, as he, she, it, him, her, they, and them. Then there are forms of the personal pronouns, the following are the different forms of the personal pronouns. You could see that number, gender, and case. In singular, we have I, plural, we. Then again, you is the exceptional case. It can be used both in singular and plural. Then he, for he it will be, of course, for he, she it will be they, for it also it will be they. Similarly, for me, us, and so on with every pronoun. For gender, singular and first person and second person pronouns can be used for both masculine and feminine. But in the third person, he, him, his are for masculine, she, her, hers from feminine, it is neuter, and they, them, theirs can be used for all genders. Now, as we have learned earlier about the cases in noun, similarly, we also have case in pronoun. Nominative case of personal pronoun is said to be when a noun is used as the subject of a verb. It is said to be in the nominative case. Similarly, when a pronoun is used as the subject of a verb, it is said to be in the nominative case. Like over here, we are best friends. He is a headmaster. It is my pen. So the pronouns we, he, it are the subjects of the verbs are, is. All right, and again is in the third sentence. When a pronoun is used as the object of a verb or it is governed by a preposition, then it is said to be in the objective case. Our teacher gave us some sweets. She gave him her book. The manager called them in his office. So over here, these pronouns, us, him, and them, are the objects of the verbs gave, again gave in the second sentence and called in the third sentence. But when a pronoun is used to show ownership or possession, then it is said to be in the possessive case. This book is mine. The house at the end of this street is theirs. That pen was yours. So over here, mine, ours, theirs, yours, all these show possession, that it shows ownership. Therefore, these are possessive. It belongs to the possessive case. Then we come to the compound personal pronouns. Now, when we add self, that is self, self to the singular personal pronouns, or selves, selves, to the plural personal pronouns, then they actually become compound personal pronouns. So they are, of course, of two types. One is reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronouns are called reflexive when the action done by subject turns back or it reflects upon the subject. For example, the dog hurt itself. So over here, the action of hurting, is performed by the subject, the dog, and the action is actually reflecting back on the dog itself. So over here, the itself is the reflexive pronoun. Or the other way to remember it is that the reflexive pronouns is used as the object of a verb. If you see over here, itself is the pronoun which is the object of the verb hurt, right? And of course, it refers to the same person or thing as denoted by the subject of the verb. So we can say that in reflexive pronoun, the object and the subject of the verb should be, be the same person. Similarly, in the second one, he rewarded himself with the treat. Over here, himself is the reflexive pronoun as it is the object of the verb rewarded. Then emphatic pronouns. Emphatic pronouns, as it can be seen over here, are used to put emphasis upon the actions done by the subject. Therefore, they are known as emphatic pronouns. I myself saw him running away. It was organized by the staff themselves. So over here, the pronouns myself, themselves are actually used to put emphasis upon the actions done by the subject I, and the staff. In emphatic pronouns, it is always preceded by a noun or a pronoun. As in the first one, see, I, the pronoun comes before the emphatic pronoun myself, and in the second example, the staff is the noun which is of course placed before the emphatic pronoun themselves. Then we have demonstrative pronouns. In demonstrative pronouns, as you could see in these examples, this is my book, these are my pets, that is my house, those are your pens, such were his actual words. So in these sentences, the uh, pronouns that have been highlighted, the words that have been highlighted, this, these, that, those, and such, are used to point out the object or objects for which they are used. This and these refer to things near at hand, and that and those refer to things lying at a distance. So they are therefore called demonstrative pronouns. The fourth kind of pronoun that we are going to learn is indefinite pronouns. Now see the following sentences, read them carefully. All is well. Some of the apples were rotten. Many were absent. Few managed to escape unhurt from the fire. One must abide by the rules. None but fools can believe it. Do good to others. Now, in these sentences, the pronouns all, some, many, few, one, none, others refer to persons or things in a general way. They do not refer to any particular person or thing. So, such pronouns are called indefinite pronouns. Next, we have interrogative pronouns. Look at the examples that are given on the screen. Who was there at the door? What is the matter? Which is your car? Whom do you want to meet? Whose is this bag? So it can be seen over here that the pronouns who, what, which, whom, whose are used for asking questions. So pronouns that are used for asking questions are called interrogative pronouns. Who is used for persons only. What is used for asking a question about things. Which is used for asking a question about the particular person or thing. Which is the cleverest boy here? Which is the best book? Alright? And whose shows possession of something. Whose is this pen? Then next kind of pronoun that we have is distributive pronouns. Now consider the following examples. Each of the boys is working hard for exams. Every boy took it in turn. Either of you can come to the party. Neither of them was ready to compromise. So in these sentences, each, every, either, neither are called distributive pronouns because they refer to persons or things one at a time. And for this reason, they are always singular and are followed by the verb in the singular. Then we have reciprocal pronouns. The two men respect each other. So this sentence means what? That the two men respect, each respects the other. Similarly, the second one, they should help one another. So they should help, that is one should help another. So over here, each and one really belongs to the subject. Other and another are objects, but each other and one another have become in practice compound pronouns called reciprocal pronouns and are rarely separated even by a preposition. So thus we say the brothers love each other or they all gave evidence against one another. Then we have relative pronouns. The pronouns who, whose, whom, that, and which join two sentences and refer back to nouns, that is the antecedent going before them. So they are called relative pronouns. Now, if you can see in the examples that are given over here, I met Chandan, he stood first in the class. So again, to join these sentences, I met Chandan who stood first in the class. So over here, who is the relative pronoun, but the noun coming before the relative pronoun is known as its antecedent. So who is a relative pronoun and Chandan is actually what? It is the antecedent of that relative pronoun. Similarly, I have found the bag which I lost. So which, again, a relative pronoun, and what is its antecedent? Bag. That is coming just before the relative pronoun. Similarly, I know the house that he lives in. So over here the relative pronoun is that, and What is its antecedent? Its antecedent is house. So the relative pronoun who also has, three forms. Who is actually nominative, whom is objective, and whose is possessive. So these forms are the same for singular and plural, masculine and feminine. If we say this is the boy who works hard, so over here who will be considered in the nominative case. Smita is the girl whom all praise. Again, over here whom is used in the objective case. He is the man whose dog is lost. It is over here showing, or it indicates the possessive case. Then we also have for which and that, for these nominative and objective cases. In nominative, like if I say this is the house which belongs to me, so of course it is referring to the nominative case. He that is content is rich, again nominative. But if I say the house which I built is very spacious, or take anything that you like, so over here these two relative pronouns which and that are in its objective case. Then again, who or whom is used for persons only. Whose is used to show possession. It speaks of persons, animals, and also non-living things. Which is used for things without life and for animals, whereas that is used for persons and things both. There are some more facts about relative pronouns that you should know. Relative pronoun is generally omitted when it is the object of a verb. Alright, if I say the house which you saw was mine, so over here which can be omitted. So it will be the house you saw was mine. Alright. Then we have possessive pronouns. Pronouns, of course, which show possession of somebody or something, or ownership, by the subject, are called what? Possessive pronouns. All right. So here are some of the examples that you could see yourself. That pen on the table is mine. Ours is the best team. That big house is yours. This dog is his. This beautiful handwriting is hers. It is the most favorite movie of theirs. So over here, possessive pronouns are mine, ours, yours, his, hers, theirs. They are showing what? They are showing some possession, ownership of something or somebody, right? Whereas the pronouns I, we, you, he, she, they can only be used in the, as subjects, right? So that is the difference. Now, the noun used, remember that the noun that is used before a relative pronoun is called its antecedent, and when a relative pronoun stands for the direct object, it may be omitted. What as a relative pronoun comes without an antecedent, it is equivalent to that which, as we say, I say what I mean. So I say what, that which I mean. Other than this, we also have some more facts about the usage. You can say that you need to learn some rules for using personal pronouns. After prepositions, we use objective case of pronouns, like I took it from him. Then after let, we use objective case of pronouns, let us go for a movie. Then a pronoun directly after than is usually in the objective case. He is taller than me. Okay, but a nominative form is used if a verb follows it. He is taller than I am. Then good manners require that we should say you and I, you and he, or Raj and I, he and I. So you and he should find a way out of it. Raj and I are going to the market. He and I are old friends. So whenever we refer to maybe two persons, so we will refer to us afterwards. First, of course, what will come? The second person and then the first person, or third person then the first person. And if second person and third person, then of course you will first refer to the second person and then the third person. But when all three singular persons are used in a sentence, we follow the order of 2 3 1, that is second person, third person, and first person. You always say you, he, and I have finished our work, and not he, you, and I. Then again, when we, you, and they are used in one sentence, we follow the order of 1 2 3, that is first person, second person, and then third person. We, you, and they must work together. So children, I conclude the session here. Go through the video again and revise the topic thoroughly. Practice the exercises. Okay, children. Bye bye. Thank you.